Okay, let's dive into a book that, well, it really shook things up. M. Scott Peck's The Road Less Traveled. We've both looked at the sources, and the core message is, it's simple, but definitely not easy.
Not at all. And kind of flips common wisdom on its head.
Right. So our mission today is to unpack this surprising idea that the path to genuine happiness, love, peace, it actually starts with discipline, discomfort, and facing the truth head on.
Exactly. Peck kicks off with something pretty blunt. Life is difficult. That's his starting point.
Which sounds depressing, but he argues it's the opposite, right?
Precisely. He says the acceptance of that difficulty is what actually makes life, well, manageable. Most of our suffering, he thinks, comes from fighting reality, trying to avoid pain, dodge problems, basically living in denial.
Huh. So accepting the struggle is step one, but then what? How do you actually navigate it? Peck calls it discipline.
Yes, discipline. And for him, it's the absolute foundation. It's the tool set for maturity, for love. It's how you turn chaos into some kind of clarity.
Okay, but what does that mean practically? What does this discipline involve?
Well, Peck boils it down to a few key things. Things like delaying gratification, taking full responsibility for yourself, and staying committed to truth, even when it's uncomfortable.
Delaying gratification. Wow. That's a tough sell today, isn't it? Everything's instant.
It really is. But he'd say mature people don't run from the necessary pain of waiting or working things through. They actually use it. They learn from it.
So instead of blaming circumstances or other people when things go wrong.
You own it completely. That's how you build inner strength. You say, okay, this happened. What's my part in it? What can I learn? Not whose fault is this?
That directly connects to that powerful quote of his, doesn't it? Something about avoiding pain.
Oh, yeah. The avoidance of pain is the beginning of mental illness. The acceptance of pain is the beginning of wisdom. It's stark, but it reframes everything.
Yeah.
Pain isn't the enemy. Avoiding necessary gain is.
So pain is like the tuition fee for growing wiser.
You put it that way.
Yeah.
And once you have that foundation, that willingness to face discomfort and take responsibility, then you can tackle his ideas about love.
Which are also pretty revolutionary. He basically throws out the whole falling in love fairy tale.
Completely. For Peck, love isn't primarily a feeling. It's not about finding comfort or depending on someone. It's an action, an act of will.
An act of will, define that. How does he put it?
His definition is key. Love is the willingness to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. Notice the word willingness. It implies choice, effort.
Extending oneself.
Yeah.
Nurturing growth. That sounds like serious work. Requires effort, boundaries.
Yeah.
Vulnerability too.
Absolutely. It's not passive. And it's not about just making someone feel good in the moment. Sometimes love means setting a tough boundary or having a difficult conversation because that's what fosters real growth in them or in yourself.
So it's always aimed at spiritual growth.
That's the ultimate goal in his view,
Yeah.
which leads into his ideas on spirituality itself. He sees spiritual growth as the highest form of psychological growth.
Meaning connecting with something beyond just us, beyond the ego.
Exactly. Whether you call it God or consciousness or just truth with a capital T, it involves humility, realizing you don't have all the answers.
Surrendering the ego, basically.
Yeah. Real healing and growth for Peck involves letting go of that need to be right, to be in control, and opening up to something larger, recognizing we're mind and soul.
Okay, let's bring this together for everyone listening. The road less traveled. It's really a kind of map for transforming yourself from the inside out.
That's a good way to put it.
It suggests wisdom isn't found by looking for the easy way, but by embracing responsibility, being rigorously honest, and understanding that discipline. That's actually the engine driving real love and connection.
And that self-awareness, just understanding your own psychology, isn't quite enough on its own. You need that spiritual dimension, that move beyond the self.
So the final thought for you to mull over. If life is difficult, as Peck insists, what's one hard truth you might be resisting right now? What discomfort are you avoiding that, if you actually leaned into it, might paradoxically make things, well, genuinely better?
Because growth doesn't come from dodging the hard stuff. It comes from walking right through it. That's the road less traveled.